Good morning, Year 6. I am going to continue with Chapter 14 of Rooftoppers. It became clear immediately that it was less of a meeting than an ambush. The Commissioner did not stand up to greet them. He waved at two seats. Bonjour, good day. His accent was thickly French. It sounded moustachy. Please have a seat, Mr. Maxim, Miss Maxim. Sophie had sat before she had realised what he had said. Then it hit her, and she leapt up and jumped towards the door. Charles, she cried, come on, run. Charles hadn't moved. He stood in the centre of the room holding his umbrella. His face was rigid. He looked like a soldier. Sophie stood with the doorknob in her hand. The Commissioner smiled. I could say welcome to Paris, but I wouldn't mean it. What's going on? Said Charles. Are you planning to arrest me? No, I am planning to give you a choice. Sit down. What choice is that? Said Charles. He remained standing. Please sit down. You are wasting a good chair. Sophie stayed where she was. Charles sat. What choice was it you had in mind? A very simple one. If you do not abandon your childish search and leave this country, I will have you thrown in jail. His nostrils widened as if in pleasure at the thought. I see. Well, that is admirably straightforward. May I ask why you haven't done so already? I think we want to avoid fuss. See possible? No? No, said Sophie. No, I'd rather have fuss. I need to find her. Little girl, he turned on her. All the wealth in the room seemed to mass itself behind him. Écoutez-moi. Listen to me. The Queen Mary was a wreck. No women survived. The passenger lists, addresses, staff payrolls, insurance. It was all lost with the ship. I have no wish to start an inquiry. I have no wish to be in an orphanage. We are like twins, are we not? I hate you, Sophie whispered. I hate you. I am giving you a day to book your passage back to England. I recommend the port at Dieppe. It's very fine this time of year. Charles bowed. You will notice that my young ward has not, as yet, spat on you. I admire her restraint. For one mad moment, Sophie thought Charles was going to spit on the man himself. He had his head thrown back in spitting position, but he only took her hand and led her from the room. They walked down 100 metres of the corridor until they were out of sight of the guard. Then Charles swore under his breath and broke into a run. Sophie could only just keep pace with him. Her hat fell off, and she left it where it was. They burst through the grand doors past the startled doorman and out into the sunshine.